Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you're doing great. My name's Adam. Welcome to Driven Nashville. Today I got a little bit of a different video for you. If you're not into maintaining your own grass or landscaping, just go ahead and skip on over this one. But I just picked up this new Ego 22 horsepower electric motor. So I've had a John Deere and I maintain my own yard. Here's my house, right? And I've got a gas easement here so I can also cut this whole grass here. As you can see, I've done about half of it. So I had a John Deere, I had a Z655, which is a zero turn. It's got a Briggs and Stratton. It's roughly about 20, I think it was like 27, 28 horsepower. It was a 2012 model. Bottom line is I was sick and tired of the smell, the gas. It started to develop an oil leak. You know, I ended up taking it to John Deere, Tri-Green in Brentwood, and they ended up wanting something like, I think it was $1,700 to put a brand new Briggs and Stratton, or they wanted, I apologize for the wind noise, I am outside, but they also wanted like something like $1,500 just to work on the darn thing to fix the oil leak, you know, take apart the block, reseal it. So I decided to make the investment into this thing, and I literally just had it dropped off today. So this is the Ego, right? Now what's cool about this particular, you can see here, let's see if I can open this, there we go. It's got all of their proprietary battery technology that all of their other units use. So now if I want to get rid of my DeWalt electric units, I can invest in one of the you know, weeders or blowers. But isn't that neat? You get 4 batteries that come with it, and then you can add an extra 2. So out of the box, they say that you can mow up to 2 acres. Now I don't have 2 acres. I have maybe about 0.7 of an acre on my property. So let me just show you a little bit about how this thing works. And yeah, hopefully this video is interesting to you guys. If you're looking to buy this mower, this is literally my first experience. I can tell you, since I now have 2 Teslas, and you know, this would be probably the third, you know, actual gas powered thing that I've gone electric now. We're almost fully electric other than my Aston Martin Vanquish. So I'm gonna give you kind of an overview of my experiences with it. First impressions, it's a lot of fun. It's very much like a Tesla. It's immediate power. It cut through this grass like nothing. John Deere engine, you know, when it really got into the tall, thick stuff, it really had to bog down a little bit. This thing had no problems cutting it so far. So, you can adjust the seat height right here, which is nice. So it gives you a nice cushion, actually. I haven't bottomed out once. You have a power meter right here. This is your parking brake. Now, what's neat about this thing is you turn it on right here. You hold that down, and then this turns on, okay? So right now, I charged it to about 75% and doing just this little bit here. It's now run the battery down a little less than 8%. You can adjust it to like fast or slow mode. I've got it in sport mode right now, as you can see. But what's cool about it is it's on right now. If you want to go ahead and turn on the blades, you literally just pull this up and then pull it down and then up. And you hear them kick on. And that's it. How cool is that? So if you want to shut them off, just push it down. So far so good. I'm going to go ahead and mow the rest of the grass, and then I'll kind of give you my thoughts. But so far, I'm very impressed. Last thing I'll mention is, you know, I've got it right now in 3-inch mode, which I might lower it a little bit because the front of my property, I use the push mower to do it. I do have a push mower still. It does have a 42-inch deck. You got cup holders here. You have, this is where you would charge. It comes with a really good fast charger. Only about an hour of it being on the charger, it went from 17% to I think 76%, so it's pretty good. And then this right here is where your phone would go. This is your key. So that's a general overview. Sorry for the wind noise, I am outside, but if you guys are looking at buying one of these, so far so good. Let's wrap up the yard and I'll give you my conclusion. All right guys, so I figured I'd go ahead and show you how this thing works a little bit. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Hold this down for 3 seconds. In sport mode, fire this up. Love it. Just like any other zero turn you guys are used to, let's mow. Gonna have to apologize for the wind noise. I gotta say, this is pretty damn impressive. It is chopping through some pretty thick stuff like nothing. It is so nice for that it's just so much more quiet than the John Deere was. I mean, that thing had, you know, it would blow smoke when you turned it on, and just a giant pain in the freaking ass. I really am over everything gas powered. I mean, I really am. You know, other than the exotic cars of the world with, you know, exotic motors and whatnot, I'm done with pretty much everything that's an internal combustion engine, because it's just not worth it. It's so wasteful, gas. You know, by the time you factor in all the maintenance, spark plugs, air filters, all of that crap, this is absolutely the way to go, hands down. As long as it lasts, you know, as long as the batteries last. They say it has a 5-year warranty or something like that. I'll have to double check that, but I mean, that's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, look at what we just caught. All right, guys. Well, there you go. I've just did that entire amount. We're at 61%. Let's keep going. Yeah, buddy. I gotta say, this is more comfortable than the John Deere because it's lighter. So far so good. I'm gonna just get a couple of the areas that I missed, and hell, I might even cut through some more thick stuff just for you. There we go. I will say it's difficult to control. It's a little jerky. You know, if you really want it to be similar to your John Deere, you're probably going to need to go ahead and smooth it out. You know, as far as putting it in slow mode, because I mean it is like very responsive. I mean, look at this. Like, let me try to be smooth, right? Like, you can do it smooth, but your general motion is pretty fast. So it's one thing I'm going to have to get used to. But I think with a little bit of finesse, there's no doubt about it, this is going to be better. Just chopping through this really thick grass. I mean, my John Deere would have cut through that, but it would have had an issue. Look at that. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I'm pretty happy about it. All right, guys. Well, we finished. I'm at 28%, and like I said, I mean, I literally just got it. A couple of cool notes here. It has a power meter at the front. But I'm really impressed. This thing scoots. It is. Be mindful, you do have to hold it for 3 seconds to turn it on and turn it off, but you know, it does track nicely. Look at the nice grass lines it's left. One of the other things I really like is, you see here, this is where my zero turn would have to turn at certain parts of my yard, and it would tear the yard up because the engine is so heavy. It also had a 54-inch deck. So this thing right here, it just has a 42-inch deck, and it's much lighter because it doesn't have a massive engine on it. So it doesn't have gas in it, right? So it's way lighter, and I mean, it didn't tear the yard up at all. That is very impressive. I am really enjoying this. I mean, this is going to make mowing my grass so much better long term. You can see here the batteries have a power meter on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and charge it now, and this is where she's gonna sit. But here you go. I mean, that's the new Ego. You can adjust the seat back. I actually just noticed that, which for me would probably be a good idea. Yeah, that would have been much more comfortable for me. And then I'm also going to adjust this a little bit up. So let's see. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I want to make this go higher. Let's see, because it was a little on the loose side for me. Every time you do that, it adjusts it, which is interesting too. So there you go, guys. That is the Ego. I know this was not your usual scheduled content. I just shot a Aston Martin Vanquish video, which we're editing, and then we also shot a flippin' gorgeous two-tone white on red Corvette C8 Stingray convertible. We shot that yesterday, so that'll be dropping on the channel soon. But I just wanted to go ahead and give it a thumbs up right now. One other note that I'll show you here is this particular one came delivered, but this is the charging unit right here. So when you light this thing up, when you plug it in, these lights just go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'll show you that here just in a sec. And then this is all the crap it came with. So it came with the batteries. Mine probably was a floor unit because it came assembled already. I didn't have to do anything. So pros and cons to that. As long as it works, I guess that's all that matters to me. Look at that, they give you a tow hook. They also give you backup lights, which is kind of neat. One thing I did notice about the backing up feature is it goes a lot slower than when you're going forward. Going forward, you get 8 miles an hour. Going back, it's like maybe 1 mile per hour. It's quite slower. A little bit annoying if you have to go back quite a bit, but hopefully you don't need to. You just turn around. All right, guys, on to the next clip, and then I'll put the charger in and call this a video. All right, that's literally it. You plug it in. It has an audible fan noise, just so you know, and it goes 1, 2, 3, plugs in right here, and then you can also watch the batteries as they charge, and then you also can see it on the power meter here. This thing's really neat. If this actually works, I am going to be so much more happier because I am, like I said earlier, I'm so much over internal combustion engines, especially lawnmowers. They leak oil. I'm tired of smelling the gas. I've got oil marks, as you can see here, on, well, you probably can't see it, but I can. I got oil marks on my tile from the leaks. I had to change the spark plugs, the air filter, the gas filter, and of course the engine oil every single season. I had to keep it on a tender because the battery would die all the time. It's just a pain in the butt. So this is like my Tesla, like both my Teslas, this is, other than the Harley, this right here is a welcome addition to the landscaping family, but more or less the power tools because, like I said, I'm so over gas. So Ego, thank you guys. This thing was $5,000, I believe. I actually have the invoice right here. So it was a total of $5,500 because lovely state tax in Tennessee. So there we go, 22 horsepower brushless motor, $5,000. Hopefully they'll run some specials on this and it'll get cheaper. But like I said, I was looking at getting another John Deere. It was gonna run me $7,000 for the exact same unit. Or I was looking at $1,700 to replace the engine, and then I probably would still have to replace the actuators and everything else. I just forget about it. I wholesaled it to a friend, and this is what I invested in. All right, guys, hope it was helpful. I know this wasn't the regular video. Please subscribe, follow me for normal car content. But, if you happen to be interested in the Ego, hopefully you get something out of this video. So far, I'm impressed. It chopped through that thick stuff in the back like no problem. And by the way, I like to cut that because in the end of the day, it keeps the weeds out of my grass. If I let that grow, the weeds just keep encroaching, and that's a problem. So I use, I do seed and weed as well, but I have a nice little barrier, but they don't cut this fast enough, as you can see, the gas easement, so I like to just knock it out. All right, guys, that's it. I'll talk to you later. Thumbs up to the Ego. Thank you for making an electric engine that actually, or electric motor, or electric system, whatever you want to call this, that actually flipping works. All right, guys.